Hello friends, this is Priyanka. Today we are going to solve a problem on hydraulic machines. In this video, we are going to find out what is the power given to the runner, mechanical efficiency and hydraulic efficiency for the Pelton wheel with the help of velocity diagram. So first, I will read what is the given problem. A Pelton wheel is working under a gross head of 400 meter. The water is supplied through penstock of diameter 1 meter and length 4 km from the reservoir to the Pelton wheel. The coefficient of friction for the penstock is given as 0.008. The jet of water of diameter 150 mm strikes the bucket of the wheel and gets deflected through an angle of 165 degree. The relative velocity of water at outlet is reduced by 15% due to friction between inside surface of the bucket and water. If the velocity of bucket is 0.45 times the jet velocity at inlet and mechanical efficiency as 85%, determine power given to runner, shaft power, hydraulic efficiency and overall efficiency. So this was the given question. Let us first understand the given data. Now if we observe here, it is given that the gross head HG is equal to 400 meter and coefficient of friction F is equal to 0.008. Now if we observe the diagram, here gross head is the head between head race and tail race. And how to calculate the net head H? For that we have to first calculate what is the head loss due to friction. So we can say that H is equal to Hg, that is gross head minus head loss due to friction, that is Hf. So from the value of F we will calculate what is the head loss due to friction. So how to calculate this? So what is the formula? So Hf is equal to 4FLV square by 2GD. But now if we observe where is the head loss due to friction, so we have to take here L, that is the length of penstock, F is the coefficient of friction, then here velocity of water in the penstock. So we will consider here as a velocity of water in penstock is V dash. So I will write here instead of V square, that is V dash square. And then we will use 2GD. So D is the diameter of the penstock, that is D is equal to 1 meter and that is also given. Now if we observe what is the formula, that means we have to take here or consider here length, velocity and diameter of the penstock to calculate the head loss due to friction. So this is important and from that we can calculate the net head H is equal to Hg minus Hf. Now here diameter of the penstock is given. So now here velocity of penstock V dash. So area we will consider here as A dash and A dash is equal to pi by 4 D square, that is the area of penstock. And then the length of penstock, that is in kilometer is given. So we will write here 4 into 1000 meter. Then the diameter of Z. So this diameter of Z we will consider here as a small t, which is equal to 0.15 meter. Now we know that velocity of Z we will always consider here as a V1. So here we will consider area of Z as a A1. So A1 pi by 4 0.15 square. Then the angle of deflection 165 degrees. So from that we can calculate the angle, that is 180 minus 165 is equal to 15 degree. Then the relative velocity at outlet. So here it is given that the relative velocity at outlet is reduced for the 15%. So due to friction. So why it is reduced? Because of friction. That means it is reduced to the 15%. So here we have to take out of 100%, we have to subtract this 15%, that is 100 minus 15, that is 85% of VR1. So here we have to take VR2 is equal to 0.85 VR1. Then the velocity of the bucket U is equal to 0.45 jet velocity. So this is the given. Then the mechanical efficiency is also given 85%, so we will say as a 0.85. Now we don't know what is the velocity of water in penstock and what is the velocity of jet in water. Now if we observe the diagram, so from the penstock the water comes into or enters into the nozzle and then it forms a jet. So how to find out this velocity? So for that we will apply here the continuity equation. So when the water entering from the penstock to nozzle, what is happening? The diameter is getting decreased. So here we will apply continuity equation, that is we will consider here the section 1 at the penstock and section 2 at the nozzle or at the jet where the jet forms. So when water is coming out from the nozzle, then the jet is getting formed. So here if we apply here the continuity equation, means what? A1 V1 is equal to A2 V2. So at penstock we know that area is A dash and velocity is V dash, and at jet area is A1 and velocity is V1. So we can say A dash V dash is equal to A1 V1. Now if we observe, here is the A dash, here is the A1, and here velocity is V dash and V1. So when we apply this A dash V dash is equal to A1 V1, then V dash is equal to A1 by A dash V1. So A1 is pi by 4 into 0.15 square and A dash is pi by 4 1 square. That means pi by 4 the term is getting cancelled. So here 0.15 square by 1 square into V1, which is equal to 0.0225 V1. So if we observe, this is the value of V dash, that is the velocity of water in the penstock in terms of V1. So now why we are going to find out this value? Because now we are going to apply here the Bernoulli's equation, and in this equation there are two terms unknown, that is this V dash also and V1 also. So we have to put this value of V dash in terms of V1. So in any equation when only one term is unknown, then we can easily find out that value. If we observe the diagram, here we will consider the water in the reservoir is at section 1 and water at the nozzle we will consider here the section 2. Now we will apply the Bernoulli's equation at section 1 and 2. So what is the velocity of water in reservoir? We will consider the velocity is V. So how we can write the Bernoulli's equation? So for that we have to first understand the datum line. So we will consider the datum line is passing through the center of nozzle. Now if we observe here how we can write the Bernoulli's equation, that is the pressure head plus kinetic head plus datum head at section 1, which is equal to pressure head, kinetic head plus datum head plus losses at section 2. So here I will write equation P1 by rho g plus V square by 2g plus Hg, because this is the datum head from the datum line. So which is equal to, now at the outlet of nozzle we will consider here P2 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g, because velocity of water at the nozzle we will consider here as a V1 square plus loss of head due to friction, that is HF, plus kinetic head, sorry datum head. So datum head is 0 because the datum line is passing through the center of the nozzle. So here is the equation. Now we will put the value. So if we observe this water reservoir, what is the pressure head? So it is open to atmosphere, so we will consider it as a 0. So velocity of water in the reservoir, it is also 0 because the water is stationary. Then Hg. So from the datum line, what is the gross head? So what is the tail race? So we know that what is the gross head, that is from the height between the tail race and head race. So what is the height of head race from the datum line? So from the datum line it is Hg, which is equal to 400 meter. Now we will write on the right hand side. So here is equal to sign. So again the water in the nozzle, so it is also in open to atmosphere, so it is 0. Then kinetic head V1 square by 2g plus datum head. So datum line is passing through the nozzle, center of nozzle, so it is again 0 plus loss of head due to friction. So we have already calculated loss of head due to friction, that is 4FL V dash square by 2GD, where L is the length of penstock, D is the diameter of penstock, and V dash, that is the velocity of water in the penstock. So here in earlier we have calculated this velocity V dash in terms of V1. Now if we observe here, this V1 and V dash both are unknown, so we have to put the value of V dash in terms of V1. So again I will put here value. So 400 is equal to V1 square by 2G plus 4 into here coefficient of friction 0.008 into 4000 into, now what is the value of V dash, that is 0.0225 V1 bracket square by 2G into D. So what is D, that is 1 meter. So when we calculate this V1, because in this equation only one unknown term is, that is V1. So V1 is 85.83 meter per second, and that is the value of VW1. So now I will draw here the velocity diagram. So here is the value of V1, and that is also equal to VW1. So we have to show that. So V1 is equal to VW1, and that value that we have calculated. Now what is the value of U1? That is the tangential velocity of the wheel, or we can say velocity of or speed of the bucket. So U we have to show here, that is also in this direction, horizontal direction. So I will show here, here is the U, and U is 0.45 V1, that is 38.62 meter per second. So I will plot here. So this is also the horizontal direction velocity. So I will plot here U1. So from that V1 and U1 we can calculate VR1, that is V1 minus U1. So here remaining velocity is known as the VR1, that is the relative velocity at the inlet of the tip. So here is VR1. So if we observe, this is the inlet of the tip and this is the outlet tip. Now again we will move for the outlet tip. So here VR1 is equal to VR2, but due to the friction losses, it is given in the question, that is the 15% is getting reduced, that is the value of relative velocity at outlet tip is getting reduced by the 15%. So here 100 minus 15, that is 85%. So VR2 is equal to 0.85 VR1. So when we calculate it, we will get here 40.13 meter per second. So again I will plot here the value, that is VR2. So how to plot? So when the water strikes at the inlet tip, it glides over this bucket and then it is moving along this outlet tip. So we have to show the direction. So what is the direction? Now if we observe the diagram with the help of yellow color, it is shown the direction of the Z at the outlet tip. So in that direction we have to show here VR2. So now I will show here. So this is the VR2. So I will show. Now again it is given that the angle of deflection. So how to show the angle of deflection? So here is the speed of this bucket in horizontal direction, and this is the direction of the Z after the gliding over the bucket, or we can say at the outlet tip. So we have to take this VR2 in backward direction, or we have to extend this VR2 in backward direction. So here is the point of intersection. So angle in between this is known as, that is this VR2 and U2 is known as the angle of deflection, that is 165 degree. And now we have to take here the remaining angle, that is 15 degree. So this angle phi is known as 15 degree. So how to calculate the value of VW2? So if I extend this VR2 in the horizontal line, so here the value of this horizontal line indicates the value of VW2 plus U2. So I will show here approximately, here in between this, here is the value of VW2 and here is also value of U2. So here first I have to show U2 and then here is VW2. So how to say, so here is also angle phi because this is the horizontal line, here is also horizontal line, and this is the common line. So the opposite angles are same. So here the angle is 15 degree. Now if I consider this triangle, because from this point we have to take here one vertical line, and this vertical line indicates the Vf2, that is the velocity of flow. So Vr2 cos of 15, which is equal to u2 plus Vw2. So when we take this triangle, so in this triangle we will write equation Vr2 cos phi is equal to, so this angle is also known as phi, which is equal to Vw2 plus u2. Now we will put the known value. So Vr2 is known, phi is also known, that is 15, and u2 is also known because here u1 is equal to u2. That is u is equal to u1 is equal to u2. So we have to take the same value. So Vw2 is equal to 0.143 meter per second. So in this way we will get the value of Vw2. So I will complete this velocity diagram. So here this line, that is here is the point for the u2. So from this first distance this is known as u2, and here second distance is known as Vw2. So for this point we have to join here the outlet tip, then here this is known as the V2. So in this way this velocity triangle diagram is getting completed. Now we will find out what is the discharge through nozzle. So discharge through nozzle, that is Q, that is area of the Z multiplied by the velocity of the Z. So velocity is V1 and area of the Z A1. So we have to refer here pi by 4 d square. So d is the diameter of the Z. So pi by 4 0.15 square into V1, that is 85.83, which is equal to 1.516 meter cube per second. So this is the discharge through the nozzle. Now we will take a glance through calculation. So what is the first calculation? That is the work done on wheel per second. So we have formula rho A1 V1 Vw1 plus Vw2 into U. Now we know that what is this A1 and V1. So here V1 is the velocity of Z and A1 is the area of the Z. So we have already calculated. So A1 V1, that is discharge Q, that we have calculated earlier. So we have to use the value of Q. Rho is the density of water, that is 1000. Vw1 and Vw2, that is also getting calculated, and we have value of U. So here U is equal to U1, which is equal to U2. So after calculation we get this value, that is if we say 50,33,540 Newton meter per second. Now from that we can calculate power given to runner. So what is the power given to runner? That is work done per second by 1000, that is 5033.54 kilowatt. Now we will calculate what is the power at the shaft. So power at the shaft, that is mechanical efficiency neta is equal to power at the shaft divided by power given to runner. So we can also say efficiency is equal to output by input. So input is power given to runner and output is power at the shaft. So here neta m, that is 0.85, shaft power is the unknown term and power given to runner is, here is the value. So this value is in kilowatt. So when we solve this, because this efficiency is having no any unit, so shaft power we have to give here unit also in kilowatt. Then neta h. So hydraulic efficiency, we know formula 2 into Vw1 plus Vw2 into U by V1 square. So value of Vw1, Vw2 is known, value of U, that is also equal to U1, which is equal to U2. So here if we observe, we have to first take value of U, Vw1, Vw2 and V1. So V1 is the velocity of the Z. So when we put all the value, we will get the hydraulic efficiency 90.14%. And how to calculate the overall efficiency? That is the multiplication of mechanical efficiency and hydraulic efficiency. So here is the answer.